So eBloomers are going to present the CATS it's called the 1 minute paper. And 1 minute doesn't seem like very long, but in 1 minute, this is what happens. Over 250 babies are born worldwide. A lot of e-blooming activity is going on. We have YouTube, 16 million texts. I show my daughter contributes a lot to that. The average person in the world makes about approximately 1 US cent, while Oprah Winfrey is making 523 US, just to put the rest of us to shame. And lots of earthquakes are happening, not just in Trinidad and Tobago. And lightning, I show it's striking in more than one place at a time. It's striking 360 times a minute. However, what can we accomplish in 1 minute? Well, there's the Baby Shark Challenge to haunt all the parents in this room. Oh, guys, get up, get up, get up! Get up, come on, get up! I swear my daughter can teach it in 1 minute, you guys. Is aware of this. So what is our objective today? After all that blood flow going back to the brain, yeah, our objective is to aim high in eBloom's taxonomy. We're going to actually have you design your own 1 minute card, your 1 minute paper. So you're all going to be achieving high ends here. A little bit about the history, because I always think we have to know where we come from to know where we're going. This wasn't actually invented by Angelo and Krauss. It was actually invented by a physicist. His name was Professor Schwartz. And he wanted to have a really efficient way on how can his students know that he knew that what his students were teaching, he was understanding. And so what is needed? So because it's a physicist, it's really efficient. All that is needed for this is a pen or a paper, a stopwatch, and index cards. But that's the physical aspect. You also need to have an idea what objective you want to achieve from this, what information do you want to arrive from this. You have to have a plan. In your classroom plan, you can't be wanting to use this as your only form of formative assessment in the class. So plan in your lesson plan where you actually want to use it. And you also need to give clear instructions to the students that they have 1 minute and you want to make sure that they know how to answer. Are you going to give them a few sentences? Are you going to ask them to answer it in a few words? Originally, it was used towards the end of the class, and it was meant to be anonymous. What was the questions that were originally asked was, what was the most important concept that you learned in class today? And also, what was the most confusing concept covered in class? Or alternatively, what question remains unanswered? What purpose did this serve? Well, what the research showed is that by forcing the student to recap on what actually happened in class, you actually converted short-term memory into long-term memory via the process of consolidation. And this actually provided a meaningful closure to the class. The student focused their attention on the major learning points that they wanted to do. And that also, when tested, these points so actually came across quite well. So it is a useful concept to try in our classroom. What purposes are served by the 1 minute question? Well, it provides a snapshot, an immediate snapshot on what was actually learned during the class. It allows us to investigate how well the concepts that we think the students are understanding are actually well understood. And it provides you, the educator, an opportunity to bridge that gap if it was not conveyed. And it also provides that all-important feedback that we need to allow us to probably do a just-in-time teaching if we need to, so that we can go back to our course and design better teaching techniques if needed. So the advantage of this 1 minute paper is that it's quite versatile. So while it was originally used towards the end, it can also be used in the beginning of the paper if you want to, in the beginning of the classroom, sorry, if you want to get your juices flowing in the brain to consolidate what was done before. It can also be used in the middle if you want to switch gears. So what we're going to have you do, we gave you all some index cards. Think of a question that you may want to ask in either related to this course that we've been doing so far, or your own discipline, that you may want to have an objective, and one question, give you 30 seconds. Students get 1 minute to write to answer 2 questions. You get 1 minute to do 30 seconds, to do one question that you think may be appropriate in your discipline or either in this Scuttle program for that 1 minute card. Thank you. Yeah. So Robert and Brian is just going to go around and collect those cards, and we finish with a 1 minute question. It's the small index cards, they're either green or yellow. Yeah. You can choose your question at the beginning, middle, or end. So some of you all may want to check attitudes, some of you all may want to check knowledge, some of you all may want to check what learning points they got in so far.
Just writing a question for the class. Look for anything. Your discipline or for this class?
Question.
Yeah.
Do you want to go through the box where you think? Start with the letter.
Yeah,
Some of you all may not be clear, but like an example is like, what do you perceive to be the main purpose or objective of the class? So it's just one thing, one question that you may want to get from your students, like from a lecture you may have done, and that just give an idea of 1 minute, so 1 minute question, 1 minute paper you may send. What was the most memorable outcome? Yes, please, yeah.
You just put it up there where you think it should go. Just quickly do that before.
Do we have some going to the board? It's a very good one. What is the question of the day? Meaning that, so you may have asked somebody to review some topics, some readings, and you may want to ask them, well, what do you think we're going to cover today? So I'll give you an example of what I taught for this class. So if we were going to use it at the start of the class to activate ideas that have been previously covered, I would say in 3 or 4 sentences, what do you know about cats? So Margot would have put some teachings on cats on module 14, and so that's may have been a way to recognize that you guys understand what was done so far. So that's one use of the 1 minute paper. In the middle of the class, you may want to make sure that you're on track. So you say, well, what is your reaction to the class thus far? So as you see, it's quite versatile. It's not rigid at all, okay? But there are pros and there are cons. So the pros, as you realize, it provides feedback either almost immediately or just in time. It's a very versatile tool that can be used in any discipline. We did it in 30 seconds just now, so it's quick and it's easy. There's little or no technology. It encourages students to know that there is active listening involved and allows the students to reflect on their own learning. Class size doesn't matter. What's the con though? Just want to start with the last one. As you realize, it may be difficult to design a question that can be answered in 1 minute. So there is some thought. It gets monotonous if overused, and it's only capable of capturing a few thoughts, so it's by no means a comprehensive tool. So just to make sure that you already grasp it, what we have for our post-test is for you to design your own index activity, your own 1 minute paper. Bear in mind, have an objective in hand, decide what time it would be most appropriate, and give directions to your students on how you would like them to respond. Just remember, they have 1 minute, so you're only supposed to ask 1 or 2 appropriate questions. So we have examples of what you may do with your 1 minute card. I think it's the white cards have been handed out to you guys already. Just spend some time thinking about that, how you would use this in your classroom, where would you want to use it, and this time be specific to your discipline. So I just want to summarize, but we'll grab one of the designs that you all are doing and we'll present it to the class just now. But just to summarize, that the 1 minute paper is very versatile. It provides immediate feedback on teacher effectiveness. It promotes student interaction. It's inexpensive. And it's a dual reflection. Both the teacher and the students are reflecting on their learning simultaneously. I don't know if anybody wants to volunteer one card. So Phaedra says that her objective will be to draw a UML diagram of his object-oriented design, and she will do it at the time of the class, so that's to make sure that the student understand it, and they will have to do a drawing on that 1 minute card. So thank you very much for your attention. Any questions?